Wassail, beautiful people. Wassail. We're going to play napkins today. Well, we might play other things, but I want you all to go and grab your decks. Grab your decks. We're going to get you to give me the cards. I've got all mine laid out here. Wassail, Kathy. I hoped you would be here. I tried ringing to tell you. So get your Liffruma deck, Kathy. We're going to do napkins and maybe some other things. I don't know if I've got enough room on the table in front of me. For the moment, I'm just rifling through. Cool. Wassail, Joanna Faulkner. Joanna, if you've got a Liffruma deck, go and grab it. Bring it to the mix. Oh, you sent a reply already. I'm going to have a look because it's that kind of live. Fabulous. So we've got two of you. So I'm just rifling through here. Wassail, Professor Greenleaf. Wassail, Gig Nailed. Grab your decks. Grab your decks. Fabulous. I like the idea that you're just wandering around with them on you all the time, Gig Nailed. Oh. Waterfall 54, mystical healing. Yes, I was just thinking I've interrupted your Liffruma with your family. So, Kathy, Joanna, Professor Greenleaf, and Gitnad, I want you each to pull one card. And I will take them as 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'll look for mine and I'll put them in front of me. And we'll have a little go at a napkin. So a napkin is a small little 4-card spread. Whereas a patchwork quilt's 12. So I will patiently await your calls. Which card number? You don't have to write the name if it's got awkward things, just tell me the card number. Wassail, Tiffany's Empire. So Kathy's got 15, she was in first. So let's get Elks. Let's just see, Joanna's got 11, Gitnaude's got 43, so let's just get 11. And 43. Anwiller. Wassail, it's coming very soon, Agnes. And we also got, Roz has got 24, so we'll take that one for now. 24, which is purged. Oh, can't get hold of that pile. Dej. So, beautiful people. So we have in the top two, we have this, and the lower two, we have this. So this is our little napkin that we're going to be working with. So one of the things I like to do, first of all, is just get a general reading from the words. So protection, gripped, resistance, and purged. So that's okay, don't worry, we've got our fourth card, we're all good. So looking at that energetically, for me, I would say there's something about calling in with elks the notion of protection and being wrapped up and gripped by the protection and that creating some kind of resistance to being purged. So there's an energy here of not willing to step into a healing, and yet we had mystical healing before this. So another thing I like to do straight away is look at the numbers. So Elks is 15, 6, 11 is a 2, Anwiller is 43, and Dej is 24. So I'm immediately noticing that the top and the tail, if you read the cards as 1, 2, 3, 4, as 1, 2, 3, 4, you've got 6 bookends of the 6, that way around. So there's something about the protection, the energy you call around you, the energy you're currently inhabiting, blocking you from your now moment, because 6 is a number that kind of creates an energy of current conditions, being in something that's very chilled and comfortable. Wassail, Eve, get your Liffruma deck out. So we've got 6 and 2, which is 8 at the top. So that's this something that's gone on, a journey that's quite far on. What is Liffruma? Card 6. It's, I'll show you. The divine spark. Ken. So we've got 6 and 8, and 8 is bliss. So you could say that at the moment you're currently blocking your bliss. And then we have 7 and 6, which is a 13, which is a nice creative energy. 13 frequency is creativity. And then we can look at them the other way, because that's a 4, that's a healing, and a healing would come in creatively. Now let's look at the numbers this way. So again, we've got 6 and 7. So there's all this creative energy around, but an unwillingness to transform the energy. And here we also have the same thing. 2 and 6 is 8. So in this reading, there's this sense of, actually, let's just do the total. Let's do the total together. 6 and 8 plus 6, 14 plus 7 is 21. So that makes a 3 overall. And that's an energy of being within a realm. Because 1 is to be, the energy that comes. 2 is to have a destination. 3 creates a realm, an energy surrounding us. Yeah. A collective unwillingness. I have to say, I sat down this morning to do a pick a rainbow energy. And as I sat there just channeling with the first deck, I got the most horrendous collective energy in the livers and kidneys area. And I could not get it to go away until I closed the screen, put the cards back, and walked away. Wassail, Holly. Get your deck out, Holly. So, I'm really being drawn in this napkin to the elk being called. It's calling. The poem is about all the versatility, but there's something here because it's with gripped ice. There is a lack of versatility within the energy. Yeah, they're really not very nice. I just thought I'm going to went for a walk and then had a little doze because I just needed to go into another zone. I couldn't deal with that energy at all. So then this is a kind of Wheel of Fortune energy that has been stopped because Anwheeler is a runic punctuation mark, a full stop. It ends something. But somehow you're not managing to turn that energy forwards and get to the point where you can purge yourself. So, yes, I think it's a very current energy. I'm running into people who are always talking about an energy of stagnation. And we really do have to look within to remove energies so that we can transform the stagnation. So I'd like 2 more cards and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with them. Six, 2, 7, 6, exactly. So there's a lot of creativity within this energy because we've got 13 both across the bottom, 7 and 6, and 6 and 7. But it feels like that 13's creativity hinges on moving the annular. So Joanna has given us 33. So this is to troth. This is an energy of opening space. And that's going over and placing it over gripped. To see what that now brings us as an energy. So this is more like the frequency of approaching the elks humbly. Not just going, oh, protector, protect me. And the elks could represent the spirit of elks. It could also represent an ancestor, an angel, an archangel, any of those energies. And it's interesting how we're moving here from 11 to 33. So it's very powerful frequency change. 74. I'll get 74 out. So 74 is going to go over Anwiller, and it's the Gaderung, or the Garderung, the gathering. So now when we look at this, we've created a new energy to help us understand how to unblock, how to transform something. So, as I was saying, These two elks, it's humbly approaching the elks and asking the elks to help you in your healing. So, in the poem it says, elk command respect to protect anything. So there's something about when you, and it's not just elk, it's any protectors that you call upon to keep you safe and to keep you free from harm. When you're in protection, nothing can enter the protection. Not good things, nor bad things. So if you're trying to materialize something, it won't come to you. It can't make it through the protective wall. That's how good protection is from spirit. It's a total seal, hermetically sealed blockage in many ways. Yes, a safety bubble, but it's stopping you. So you need to approach the elk and you need to learn how to ask them to transform something. So you're almost saying, this is my old Gununga gap of protection, and I would like to move to this Gununga gap. I'd like to change the frequency in which I promise myself protection. So actually accepting that your own frequency that shines from you internally can be your ultimate protector. So if you begin then to step outside love and say, step inside love. If you decide to step outside in the notion that you, by your very frequency, protect yourself, you will find this energy of the Gaderung around you. So now the Gununga gap has opened, energies can flow through. You're still protected. You're protected by your own frequency, but there's more energy surrounding you. We're just pulling collectively to see little napkin messages. So now I would like somebody with a deck, Eve, if you have your deck, to give me the next card. I'm going to cover up elks. Oh, you see, now that's interesting. Now we have 6. Okay, 2. I'll get there. 6, 6, 6. So now that we changed this, we've got 666, which is an 18. And Gaderung is 11. So now we've got a completion and a new beginning in one form. So, the fact that you're now working in harmony with spirit to protect yourself, spirit's still watching. You're not alone, but it's allowing you to purge fears of being outside without protection. So 2, Kathy, I don't need number 9 yet. Kathy, I'll be frantically shuffling that deck. So over elks from Eve, we now have uroks. So they're the large giant oxen, the wild ox. So we're covering the elks with the ox, and the ox represents freedom. So now let's have a look at what we have number-wise. Interesting. So look, we began with a 6 and a 2. And then we transformed this by finding a new card to help us express a way past the blockage. It became a 6. And then Eve provided us with 2. So we're still in the same 8 energy, but now we have a greater sense of freedom. We're moving closer to being purged. (11, 12, 13). We've still got a 13 going on down this side. So the creativity, that energy, that inspired muse-like energy is still present. And then we have 11 and 6, which is 17, which is an 8. So now we've actually got 8, 8. So this is a much more balanced energy, still with creativity, but also with a sense of static. So if you look, 6 and 6 is 12. 12 has that energy frequency of being still, being caught in moments, but also being open to magical flow to pass in. So somebody give me the next number to go over days, to complete, possibly, depending on what we have. Oh, 22 from Sacred Seer. Oh, Holly had 45. Let's go back, 45. Ooh, nice choice. Naiua or newer. So sometimes I say this as an I because it has a line over it. Naiua rather than ni. So, Wassail, sacred seer and sacred creative. So this is now bringing us into a kind of gathering energy as this flows through of changing, transforming our blueprint, but really it's more about changing here our mindset so that we can then allow this germination of new thought that's come through to somehow let the body catch up with the frequency. So now we're looking at 4 new cards. Wassail April. So now we're looking at this as the energy. The freedom to make choices, to transform things in the real world, and the opening gathering energy, the opening gathering energy, reprogramming our DNA codes, our blueprint. It's more like unblocking a blocked blueprint. That's what I would say about this. Now I'm going to go to 22, just to add that to the mix. Ing, beautiful ing, beautiful ing. So, it's telling us that once this happens, you will feel more consciousness, you will feel more watery emotions, you will feel ignited by unblocking yourself from protective energy that blocks you. So I'm going to put those back and we'll start another. Sorry, I need to do one other thing. 2 and 6 is 8 and 9. You don't need to count 9s because they vanish in numerology. So 11, 2, 4 and 6 is a 10. It's a completion. And we've got another series of double 2s. So within this reading, we've had 1, 1, 3, 3, the power to transform thoughts, bringing 2, 2. Bringing that energy. Wassail Shishoki. Grab your deck if you have one. So let's pop all these back. 40s, 20s, 70s, 40s, single digits, and the teens. So, somebody give me a number and we will begin another little napkin. Actually, I'm going to also just pull a ceramic. Birthright. Ethel. Wassail Steph. So Steph, I did a reading the other day. I will get to 24 in one set. We've just had 24, but we'll start with the purge. Yeah. So I'm so glad that you found that energy yourself. 70. Okay, Wassail, Kirsty. I didn't actually see you come in, Kirsty, but everyone's saying hello. Wassail, Karma Control, TV, radio. 12. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Say it how you want to say it. Yeah, I am. I'm in a new place at the moment. So 7, Gifu, Gifu, or Jifu, Jifu, or Yifu, Yifu. Right, so pause on the numbers. I'll call for some more in a moment. So we have Dage and Underwoodness at the top. And we have Jer and Gifu at the bottom. Oh, I can see the message already, but let's do it the right way. So Day and Purged, Present Gateway, Year and Harvest, and Gift and Generosity. So I'm seeing if you can purge your energy and find your way into your now moment, your gateway, this open, clear frequency that can have anything flowing through it. The energy of the sleepy stores, this harvesting energy, is based in the future. It's based in the notion of storing things up, and that will present you with your gifts, some kind of new energy. Now, this can be the energy of something physical. It can be the energy of union with yourself in your soul, finding the relationship between your mind and your spirit and your body and your biome. It's about energies crossing together and reaching a really focused union. So I'm now going to count so we have 6 and 7 We're getting a lot of 13s. I did a double napkin yesterday, and I had 5 13s in my double napkin. And then we have 12 and 7, which is 10, a completion and a new beginning. Down this way, we have a 9, a divine frequency that's kind of leading us, purging shadows, purging the past, brings in the future that allows the present to be between and for new things to materialize. So down at the bottom here, we had a 10, and here we got 7 and 7, 14. So that's a 5. So that's an energy of change. So it's bringing that echoing energy of change. Now, the total number, 7 and 7 is 14, 5, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it is a 14. It's an energy of change that we're looking at. Now, if I go deeper, I would say there's an energy here of something very stormy and a sense of like autumnal shedding of leaves, shedding of a skin, shedding thoughts, but it seems like it's a bit of a stormy energy. But then from that stormy energy, the light will come back out, and then you'll plunge deep into this wonderful now moment with Verandi. And this is taking you to a new emotional space that will offer the materialization as if it's the very water, the emotions that are bringing the gifts. This could be psychic. Really could be. So let's have one card from somebody, a number please, and we're going to cover Dej, because Dej is the one that at the moment is singing with a storm. Number 60. Number 60. It's perfect, Steph. Look. The Magician. So the Earth Magician. So if we're going to cover this Dej, it's interesting. It's not affecting the numbers numerologically. So it's kind of saying this stormy energy is yours to control. It's how you think that can bring you into a powerful new energy that allows you to bring yourself into your now moment. With the seed planted in your sacral, that's almost like the 22 that we had before, which is about reigniting the seat of your soul. So now let's cover up. I'm interested. Let's get a card to go with yeah, number 12. This is the sleepy storerooms in which you store things. So let's see whether we're covering it or what we might be adding. I really only want one, so I'm going to take your first, 28. I have to do it slowly. Kathy's just pulled 22 again. 28. So, destiny. So, destiny lies in the gift of your future, but you have to imagine new lives to reach that destiny, to stitch. This is very much like your pathway and you're reaching a destiny point. X marks the spot. So without filling your sleepy storerooms, so it says, all harvests are held safe inside winter's sleepy stores. there's something about the winter sleepy stores as being, so energies where you live your life, where they're not necessarily spiritual endeavors. Somehow they're feeding into your sleepy storerooms. Living your life is feeding this storeroom so that it can bring you into your gift, your destined gift. Oh, see, we're all over this, everyone. Original birthright. That was the key room for this. Now let me just skip back. So 77, which is the journey home. Hamverald. Heimverald. So the home journey, the Bifrost. So we're getting a 7-7 here. But this is showing you that in order to, so that living of your life fills your sleepy storerooms. The other thing that fills your sleepy storerooms from the spiritual perspective is when you concentrate on the many future lives that you could have already lived. I know that's very confusing, but you know, if I say to you in, I don't know, 15th century Florence, you were, you know, a nobleman, for instance, or a cook, you can quite easily accept that as a past life. But if I said to you that in 25th century India, you are a happy monk, I don't know, you know, but we find that harder to accept because of where we are positioned on the timeline. But you could have already lived that life and then come back in time to live this one now, to anchor some kind of destiny that allows that future past life to unfold. It's very fun and complicated. But so by filling your future storerooms, you're allowing the energy of the future to feed into your now moment. It goes both ways. It's the journey home. And the journey home is when we flow, not when we're traumatized or when we're victimized or in any kind of pain. That's not a journey home. The journey home is to be pain-free. So now let me just look at the maths here. So now we've got across the top 6 and 7, as I said, 13. Down this side we have 10 and 6, 16, which is 7. So that's part of a pathway, a seeded pathway that will lead to a destination point. Across the bottom, we now have 10 and 14, which is 24, which is a 6, a now moment. There's nothing more now than being in your Hemferel journey home. And then here, as I said, we have 7, 7, and 7. Triple 7. There's something here where it's opening new potential because of the 0, the Gununga gap energy. And it's an abundant, it's a triple power number. And actually it's a quadruple power number because underneath we've got 77770. So very profound energy. So let me, oh no, I need one more card, please, from somebody. 20, oh no, Holly said 36. 30s are here. So this is covering inwardness, and it's the helm of awe. the wheel shield. So now when I look at this spread, we have Thy Earthly Power, the Helm of Ore, World Serpent Destiny, and the Journey Home. This is empowering yourself to feel that you are on your destined journey home. Where is home? It's the now moment. But this is navigation. This energy, it helps us to sail home. It helps us to see the energy that we want. There's something in this poem that's all about a still sea doesn't make a seasoned sailor. So this is facing fears and the lone battles of the shamanic voyage strengthens you. Your best shield is coasting in your own confidence. So we're picking up on that same energy, but now the shield around you is your own compass, your own new moral compass. And then down here, we have all our leaves lifted by the solar wind and sailing home, charted by stars to birth once more with the sacred Yggdrasil tree. Birth as in B-E-R, to dock, to bring your ship, your consciousness, back into your body and into your now moment. So let me just see what we've got here. Numbers wise, 636 with a 0. So that's a 15, which is a 6. And then we have 2, 8 and 7, 7. So I want to add these up. 6, 10, 7, 14, 21 again. Is that right? 14, 15, 21 again. So we're in a new realm, but this is a realm that we've shifted to be one that's gifting us with our power to exist in our now moment. And our now moment is not, look, it is a spiritual energy, but it's a living physical energy, being embodied in your body, being inside yourself, with all the new spiritual freedoms that you've discovered, but able to walk your own destiny now and live your life. So let's pop those ones back. Single digits, 70s, 20s, teens, 60s, 30s, 70s, 20s. Yes, you do like 21. But that one's 23. The birthright. Everyone's birthright is to reach a spiritual plateau and live a beautiful life. So let's do one more of those so that we get the real feel of it. So I'm going to pull a rune from the ceramics. Here we have life force, sigil, ciel, seal, sigil. There's no perfect way to say this, but it's life force. So, who's gonna give me the first card? The first rune. Oh, I'm going to go back because someone gave a number. Denise gave 27, which is Hod. So I'm going to begin with Hod while I wait for the new numbers. 70, look, Kirsty and Kathy, all over 73. Oh! and Steph. It's definitely time for an exploration. Morning tea, it's late afternoon here. 23, which is Ethel, birthright. So when shall we three meet again, Kathy, Kirsty and Steph? The witches 3. 14 from April in Paris. She's not in Paris, it's a song. 14 is Perth. So what do we have here? Have a little look and see the energies. I can hear a call to prayer from the mosque. Wassail, Melissa Morton. We'll get to 53. 53 Elven Light, 58 Elven Light. 53 is Brom, isn't it? Oh no, that's 52. 53. Oh, it's Hertecker. Come to that in a minute when you work out which of the two you chose. So, 27. Okay, pause on the numbers for a minute and I'll call for them in a sec. Because we've got the first 4 cards. So we have Hod. And here I'm looking immediately at hooded and unseen. And this energy of something that wants to be viewed, or this is the darkness that illuminates this. It can be seen either way, but there's something that's not being seen, something divine that needs to be explored and alchemized. And then we have birthright. Original birthright, legacy, and then we have the pear tree and the cosmic surge. So if I was looking at the 4 cards together, there's something unseen that needs exploring, and it's part of a birthright that will power you up. It will give you a surge. It's interesting, the poem on this card. Okay, bye-bye. So we have this notion, my pear is so ripe you ought to reach for it, but you cannot find me. You sense me and my scent. So I would say that with these being the bookend energies, you know that there's something that you're not exploring. There's something being hidden from you. And it's a kind of very profound energy that's waiting to ignite you. And you're aware of it. You can it's almost tasteable, or you can smell it on the breeze, but you can't find it. And it's something to do with your original birthright. So I would look deeper into this card and say, if it's something of your birthright that you can't see, it's something that you're expecting as a legacy that's not wholly your original truth. That's not your original birthright. So let me just go in and see what else there is. There's an adventure in this card. Oh, you just pulled out Ran. I was just going to mention Ran. She's in here. Ran's mystical nautical daughters craft the waves. So goddess Ran in this situation would be sending ripples of energy as if she were the pear tree calling to you, beckoning you to explore a frequency, to go on an adventure with her. We're talking about 73 people. Oh yeah, all 73s. Down at 73. It's the name of a children's program when I was quite young. So now I'm going to look at the numbering of the cards. So we have 27 and 9, and we have 7 and 3 are 10. It's almost like there's a divine exploration to complete a task or a journey that needs to take place. And then we have 5 and 14. 5, 5. It's like the 10 of above has been split into 2 halves. So there's something of the balance. At the moment, you're so you see, that was a difficult one. I wanted to say you're so imbalanced, but the energy is actually balanced, but it needs now to start tipping in a different direction. Whether that means you release some of the expectations that you hold from your ancestry on what should come towards you, or whether you weigh this down so that you can find more energy in your birthright to lift the pair into view. But it's like it's been split. It's a divine moment to explore, but it's been split. And it's interesting that this way you have 9 and 5. The divine birthright is hidden. And then we have 10 and 5 that will bring you into a 6. Exploring Rand's message. So let me go back and find some other numbers. So we got to 14. So Kathy's throwing in 55. Etbursten. I'm going to put that over Hod. Sacred Seer left us some numbers, so let's use those. 60, 58, and 41. So I've got them. Oh, Karma, and we're going with 58 then, Karma. Because you offered 53 or 58. 41. So I'm going to put these directly over. So it's like a second napkin. So our second napkin on top of the first that was talking about the exploration is burst out into your power. So that's echoing this idea of what is the birthright you expect from your upbringing or your ancestral ties or your family energies, and what is the truth of what you want to seek, what you want to find and explore. There's something here because we have exploration behind this frequency of exploring you, exploring yourself is what you need to do. So to break into the unknown, and look at the similarity here, bringing structure in to this Etbursten energy. Wassail Ricky. Now this is absolutely fascinating. This is what I truly believe is everybody's birthright. Love. Liffruma means love. It's the source of love. It's where all love comes from. It's behind everything. So that would be the truth of finding and exploring yourself, would be to discover that love is your truth. It's everything's truth. However, this Perth energy, Perth, is coming out now with needle. So needle is to mend. So somehow it's not the power of this truth that is mending you in this situation. So I want another card number, please. Mirrored. Okay, mirrored is 63. So this is 63, and then we've got 54. So this is Open Lagoon and Waterfall. So this is cresting. Oh, you see, now that's interesting. This is like saying to reach for this before anything else is like cresting on the highest, surf the highest oceanic cosmic crest, dancing and breaking at the feet of the Elven Ring. But it feels like by going straight for gold, you're being brought down into this mystical healing energy, this divine healing, and being knocked off course somehow, so that you're still seeking to mend. There's something incomplete about this journey because it's bringing this mystical healing, but where is that healing taking us? Wassail's an only snowflake. So I think that we need to go back to the top, and we need to put 2 more cards on the top. So 2 beautiful numbers, please. Wassail, Kiki, La Violette. 64, 64. Wackened. 64. Hang on. Where did that go? You've all written so much. 64's gone a long way away. Where did I see 64? Oh, there. 64. 13. So, 13 is yo, the yew tree. So 64, Wackened. This is when the world looks at you. So there's something about this journey here with the waterfall, this surfing, riding the cosmic wave. It's almost like the watchers, the animal totems, the natural world is looking at you, and it's just kind of going, you're pushing your luck, aren't you? Reaching so high without fixing some things between. So the natural world is calling for you to observe something within the natural world, the signs and the signals, possibly within some kind of yew tree. But if you don't have a yew tree around you, then you can't quite do that yet. So this is about the sacral. There's something here, though, about this reflection that's still not the true you. We haven't reached the crux of the true you. So, someone else, let me just go back. I only want people to give one number at a time if you can, because it's too many cards. So we had 13. So, Teresa, I'm going to take your first 30. 30, 30, 30. Oh, also, didn't karma control say for this? Aether. So there's something about here, an energy of not quite having your aether alight, not quite seeing through the aether for you to reach that highest wave of understanding that we can all understand that love is behind everything and that it will mirror back to us. It's cresting, giving us that energy. But we can't just reach for the stars. We have to reach for things in the world around us. So kind of like the aether magic that surrounds you, the things in your immediate vicinity, we need to heal some of those energies first. So remember, I was going to say something else then, but I'm going to come back to that in a sec. So what I need, I need another number that someone gave. So I'm going to take 20 from Zanoni. So what do we have here? Man. Yes, look. Fix yourself. Fix you, myself, and you can move into a new stream of humankind. So this is like bringing, like, don't rush the job. Don't over excite the frequency. So, it's all right, Zanoni. It really doesn't matter. Nothing matters. It's all good stuff. So you had 20. Karma Control had 30, which we already have. Grace Gravity 54. Oh, we've already had that one as well, Grace. So you're shuffling and getting the energies that we're all tuning into, which helps us to see that it's collective. So I'm going to go back then to the double numbers. So Teresa had 34 and Zanoni had 65. So let's get them out. I've forgotten the number already. 34. 34. I can see it. Oh, it's anchor. So this is interesting. Kelk and Wickercraft. So remember, all seas are hard seas in these decks. There's no soft sea because the French hadn't invaded and brought the soft sea with them into the English language. So I'm being given this energy here that to reach higher, first you must anchor in and be patient to channel in something less grand, a little bit more small. So I now want to just look at the journey of each pile from a curiosity, because they're now each creating a napkin of exploration. So knowing that there's something unseen and bursting out, but looking within the natural world for where you should shine your aether, where you can pick up something to practice burnishing before reaching for the dizzying heights of just pure love. The thing about Liffruma as a love frequency, everything is love. The elven light is love, and we're all in the elven light. And we can't be the elven light here. We can allow love to flow through us. But if we were to just reach up and have our true birthright of absolute love, we'd kind of be there and not here. So it's like acknowledging that that is the truth of our birthright, but it's where do you apply the energy of love in your life? Where do you anchor the frequency of the elven light? Where do you bring that down into this world to make it tangible? So at the deck here we've got exploring your own powers of yourself. That couldn't be clearer. We begin the journey by exploring ourselves, creating our own magic in our own fields. And then and then it ends with this. I want to say that it's like a struggle still. This pear is launching off, but it's not ready to fit through the eye of the needle because the ideal was too grand. And then we have the mystical healing that we have to have patience with. It's a wonderful gift, but witchcraft is about sitting down in wisdom. Oh, I'm getting really weird flashes in front of my eyes now. They're giving me that symbol next to itself. So a double energy of that flashing in yellow and orange. So allowing the magic to form around us. And there's something in this that's a kind of emotional healing. So that was how to raise your sigil step by step by step. Sigil. Sun, life force, shifting our life force. So now I think we're going to do something a little bit different, if I can pull it off. Let me just pull these back in the right place so that we can I can pull out the right cards in the right places. I'm going to have a sip of water as well. 60s. 50s, 40s. Oh, look what we didn't notice. 14, 41, that way around. It's almost like trying to activate a mirrored energy before the mirror has been created for you to reflect it back. Interesting. 40, 14, 50s, 20s, 30s, 60s, 20s, teens, 60s, 70s. So now I would like one card to begin with. Just one card. I might have to push it back and then I'm going to have to lean in. I won't be able to read anything. You have to shuffle them. Don't just shout a number. Shuffle all the cards and pick a card. 40. I can't do 40 for this. I'm really sorry. You'll see why in a minute. So 68. So 68 is Ul. So now I would like somebody to give me. No, I want 4 more cards. Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna, I'm not gonna be able to fit these in. So 68, 46 was. I'm putting that underneath Ula. So if you're collecting the cards as well, you put it down. 75, which is Hengetru. 70. 43, 40s. You need quite a big table to do this. Okay, what came after 43? 56, 56. 56. What came after 56? Oh look, 56 and 56. Teresa and April. Liffruma is coming out, so 58. Oh. There. Um, 77. 65. 66 from Denise. 65, I think we've got 65, haven't we? Yeah, we've got 65. But that's another match, Denise and somebody else. I need 1, 2, 3 more, please. 51, they're all high numbers, people. Not that you can do anything about that. Oh. $51, is that 61? No, 51, 28, and 74. Okay. $20, 28, 28, 28. This is all the decks pulling together. 28, and then what was I? 28, 74. I thought I had 74, but maybe not. No, I think I have. What have I done with 74? Must be in the wrong pile. Oh no, here it is. So now, what I'm going to have to do is move everything across to show you what I'm doing here. What's that one? 31. That needs to go back in that pile. That needs to go there. Chat among yourselves for a minute. Do-be-do-be-do-be-do. Be-do-do. Do-be-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-bum. So well, I'm gonna, oh, it's gonna fall off the edge. Just put that there for a minute. I'm gonna have to take a photograph to show you. I'm gonna have to move you over there. Just stay patient, people. It's complicated, but you'll like it. So, can I get all of these in? Just about. So, I have a picture. I'm also going to pick this up and show you. So, let's turn you round. So, look. From the Ula, we have created the Ula rune with cards. It's a great way to do a reading. So now I'm going to move those down because I can't get the computer in. So now you can see why I couldn't do it with the one that was too big. I can't remember which one it was now. It's like you can't do Eggleshami, you can't, well you could, but you need the whole floor. So, I'm going to begin this one. Oh, I've got it on here now. So there is Ula made from Ula. So I'm going to read the poem, Omen of Astral Shadowboxing, Shape-Shifting Night Ruler, Owl heralds prophecy from beyond this place. So wake up, pause, be totally still. Move not a muscle and tune in to the rustlings of the night. Adjust your perception and see, hear, smell, taste, reach and feel with your inner owl wisdom. What's there behind the hoot? So I'm going to begin what you're all chit-chatting about. I can't quite see. Where are my glasses? So we're looking at the energy from Ula. So the energy that it is structured upon starts down here at the base with Anwila. Stop, pause, waiting. So it's actually delivering that energy, that message of exactly what was in the card. To sit and be still in the now, in this very moment. And then we have reviewing, hang true with you. And then at the top, the sap will rise, the energy of your senses can rise through if you pause in your now moment and review all of your senses and reach them out into your inner owl wisdom. So that's the structure that this is sitting on. Couldn't be more perfect from the collective there to define exactly what's going on. Now we have two arms. We have one here and one here. So one will deal with the past and one the future. Now, because swelginess is over here, I would say that would be the energy of the past in this, that's feeding into this situation. The astral omens of shadow boxing. These are the things we're dealing with. So we have swelginess, 12th, and then witchcraft. Now, it's interesting to notice 5 and 1 is 6, 6, 6, 6, 5. So again, we're getting this energy of sixes, now moments, these energies of sitting still, being paused, and allowing somehow the past to be left in its own frequency so that you can open your cells to the incoming new magic. So listening not to the voices in your head, not to the things that go round and round and round, but reaching all of your senses out to discover a new message behind the hoot. Okay, Wassail, Tracy J. Now, the other side, the very far, and I would guess it's some kind of future energy, is Hemperel, the journey home. The journey home is created through some kind of energetic love. So I'm fascinated by Vane and Liffruma. There's quite a big energetic change that's needed to remove one piece to get you to that Gutton energy, and then to drop. The dots for me at the moment represent your biome being in alignment with your consciousness. So bringing yourself, your biome, into your consciousness is somehow involving not listening. Oh, you see, now that's interesting. I was going to say not listening to others, because the cards talk about this energy here of listening only to your own voice, but this is listening not to your own voice, because your own voice is regurgitating this energy. So you're listening to the changing frequency that's being brought in, and then the bridge between Witchcraft and Hangertrue, Witchcraft and Vane, is reviewing the new energies, the new things you can pick up in the world when you open your senses to the whole world, to the incoming messages. And now look, what's fabulous here is we have 5, 6, 6, 5. So receiving new magic, reviewing it in 12 frequency, because this is 7, 5, a 12, 6, 6 is a 12. So getting new balanced information into your cells, into your body. This could be an energy of patterns of physical behavior rather than mental. So physical patterns that we repeat, things that become practices. Oh, you see, now that's really interesting. It's reminding me where I used to live a long time ago. There was a little Georgian shoe that was very old brickwork like this, and one of the patches had a Georgian shoe, and I would show it to you, but I threw the photograph away today when I saw it, because it reminded me of a time when I wouldn't leave the house without touching the shoe and telling the shoe to kick out any unwanted guests. So that was a little habit, a physical habit that I taught myself to break. It doesn't have to be a huge thing. They can just be little things. But so there's something here about bringing in new information, reviewing it, and allowing that to change your frequency and to move you into this 13 frequency and then 14 frequency, which is a much higher state of understanding. It's kind of like cosmic consciousness. Whereas 13 is a cosmic consciousness that can manifest in the material. Then we have the two dots, the two things that the owl's eyes are focused on. On the Liffruma Hemfereld vein side, on the change side that's leading us into the future, is the destined path towards our future. And on the other side, it's about calming the chatter, calming the energies of others, the noises, the things that spook you. These are all, and they don't usually, but in this energy, they're coming across as echoes from the past that you give physical existence to in the real world. So this is my focus. I'm trying to find my destiny in amongst all the chatter of the old ancestral histories. I'm trying to listen to the rustlings of the night so that I can bring myself into this changed energy of moving with love towards the truth of my journey home. Or you are, we are, collectively. So that's a rune one, where you use the runes, the first rune, to make how to read them all. I've not done a rune, I've not laid out all of them. I've just done it a few times, but you'll intuit the messages if you play with making rune shapes. So let me put these back. 43, 43, 40s, 70s, 50s, 70s, 50s, 70s, 70s, 50s. There was a lot of 7s and 5s in that reading, and 6s somehow offering the release and the solution. 30, 60, 20. Now I can pull you all back. Hello, beautiful people. What have you been talking about? I don't need them anymore. Yeah, it's really good fun. You feel like you're in a tunnel. I hope it's a tunnel of love there. Practice makes progress. That's beautiful. I like that. Practice makes progress, see, Holly. I've been practicing. I've had my deck longer than everyone else. So, I would now like, and this is completely unplanned, I would like a number from somebody, please, between 0 and 9. Between 0 and 9. So shuffle your cards, and if you get a card come out that's between 0 and 9, call it out. But it has to come out the deck, because that's what's making these readings so beautiful, is that you're allowing the deck to talk collectively. So, Twitty, you got the card 4 came out. Did you shuffle it? Oh no, he said 4, and then I said shuffle them. So the first person to shuffle a card between 0 and 4. 6. Okay, so that is Ken. Keep shuffling, people. I now want one between the first card to come out between 10 and 19. Between 10 and 19. No, I don't want random numbers. You have to keep shuffling until you get a card between 10 and 19. It's an experiment. I don't know where it's going. Just been told to do it. No, we're not reducing. It needs to be. There you go. Steph got 16. Life force. Ooh. So keep shuffling, people. Keep shuffling. Someone shout me when they get one between 20 and 29. Between 20 and 29. I want the collective cards. Oh, okay, it was 9. Sorry. $26. I'm taking 26 there. So next, you're going to be shuffling. Keep shuffling. Keep shuffling. Where's 26? There it is. Keep shuffling. I want 30 to 39. We're going through them in tens. And we'll get a collective message. Everybody's shuffling except me because I need to keep them all here. 31. I'm actually going to take 36 and only because you've already got one in there. I want to make sure we're getting them from different decks. But keep shuffling. I might take one. And now between 40 and 49. 42 from April. Between 50 and 59. 50 and 59. 50 and 59. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Card. $54 from Kirsty. Where are you? Waterfall. Between 60 and 69. $62 from Kiki. And 70 to 77. Not 78. There are 78 cards, but remember there's a 0, 0, 0. Okay, I'm going to go back to 6 then, if you got that one again. I felt like it was the message. 76 from Eve. Which is hell. So we now have Ken 6, Seal or Sigil 16. Ooh, 616. Oh, an Esk 26, Helmivore 36. So that's 6162636. That's interesting. All those sixes again. Second row, 42 candle. Sorry, 36 was Egelshamir. 42 is candle. 54 is Waterfall. 62, another 6 obviously, is Stenkness. And then we have Hell. So just looking originally at that, there's a spark of life force that hasn't been lit. And it's actually creating a kind of cloudy fog within your personal Yggdrasil tree that's almost being surrounded and choked by ancestor trees. It's like saying that in this collective energy here, the power of the trees of your ancestors are almost shading out and blocking your own personal Yggdrasil tree from its full growth. Because candle is saying to me that your sacral is unlit, your desire for growth, your day, your sigil in the light is not yet able to outstrip the power of the ancestors. And then there's this mystical healing test to return your light. So somehow there is a test within these cards, I think, of how to sort of make our growth better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture. It's 603 here, interestingly. So it's about reversing something. So I needed that picture because I'm now going to take the cards and shuffle them into a new order. So let me just leave that there so that I can get a sense of where they go. I'm going to shuffle now. Hooray! I had itchy fingers. I think that's 5. 6. I feel that that's the 6. And then I'm going to split them into 3. So we've got the 6 and the 3. And now we're going to lay them out. It begins now with a test. That's a better place to have a test, is to know it's a test. A test of purifying healing of the life force. So we're healing our life force. Healing our life force. And now that's the other way around, and that will spark us. That will give us a divine spark. Then next, candle is in the same place. So it's like we pass the test, we light the candle. The next is the Yggdrasil tree. So this is purifying our minds, purifying how we think, how we see ourselves. And then we have the helm of awe, followed by unreturning lights in the same place. So there's something about your light now outshining the memory of the ancestors' light. So, let me just show you that one. So, what do I see energetically? I feel like the test and the poem, it's like it's natural to have a mystical healing, and that's cascading in 8, 9, 7, 6. And then 6, 8, 9, 13. Yeah, it does. It does feel like that, Kirsty. It feels like leveling up. We've fought the boss level. So what am I getting? I'm getting this energy of the poetry and the waterfall, the test and the purifying having the same direction. And somehow, as that energy enters you, there's this sense of your tree getting its sap rising up. And then that clears our inner cobwebs. It's almost like there's a phrase, standing on the shoulder of giants, which I think might be in the new deck on Aquarius. So it's almost like, You know, like when they talk about someone having a very famous parent and how difficult it is for them to shine their own light. There's something about that with the ancestors. It's almost like the ancestors are creating a jungle. It's interesting. I'm just noticing here 166, before it was 616. So that energy, the 616 energy, which is a 13 frequency, has transformed from being unignited to being ignited by you. The energy of the self is a flame, and that's clearing the cobwebs, and time begins to flow again. But also there's that 616, there's also 3676. Ah, here's the interesting thing. Where were they before? They were beneath each other. Oh, hang on. I've got to take a picture of that, or I'm going to muddle as I keep moving the cards. Talk among yourselves for just a wee minute. So, previously... Previously, you had the personal Yggdrasil tree, the mind messer, was sitting with this underneath it, 2662. So yet another mirror. It's like there was this energy here of not willing to engage in the test. Now, tests at the beginning, Stankness begins the reading. The test is underway. What was on that before? The spark. The spark was previously here, the unlit sacral, the cobwebbed sacral, the not actually, almost I'm not bothered, I can't be bothered to engage in the next part of my journey. That was the energy. And now, the test begins to light yourself up. And what's interesting is it ends now with these two, 676. This frequency of sparking your own light, not an ancestral light, but your own personal light. Purifying your life force and working out how that fits into the psychology of you being in your own power. Again, I'm seeing this energy here of this shape, this kind of horned energy, this low-key frequency. If you turn it over, it begins to be the frequency that will move the wheel. You will power the stories of your ancestors with your new stories rather than your ancestors' stories swamping you. And light returning. Your light. You returning your light. Free from the ancestral echoes is the energies that I see now in the cards. Beautiful. So, what are you talking about? Let me put these cards back in their right piles. 40s, 20s, 30s, 60s, 50s, teens, and single digits. Yeah, it's a quite a powerful moon in Sagittarius. Let's have a look at the Sneaky, you haven't got this deck. But let me see if I can find Moon in Sagittarius quickly. While you talk among yourselves, and I'll just see what the energies attached to Moon in Sagittarius. Problem is, I don't even know what the card looks like. I think it's dark with a face looming in for some reason. Oh, look! Maybe this is the time to transform those ancestral stories. Maybe that's what you need to let go of. 3636. Season only, you're channeling into that one. Moon in Sagittarius. So this is a minor seventh. So it's A and G. So that's A of the moon. And it's the G, oh, that's interesting, of Jupiter. Because Jupiter rules Sagittarius. Jupiter is currently in Taurus. And it's there for a year. It's just arrived. So this is a new philosophical mission. Your philosophical mission, not the echoes of your ancestors. So this is being spiritually mentored. This is to lean in, to create, to uncage expansion. Jupiter is all about expansion. Jupiter is the energy wings. Jupiter is the frequency, comes in at the top of the shoulder blades, and it goes down your body, the G, and then it rotates round and round. And because it's a minor seventh, it's a really beautiful chordal sound. Let's see if I can give you it. Oh, I don't want simply piano adverts. Really, seriously, go away. Skip the advert, learn to play. Right, so here's the... A, let's do it down here. Can you hear that? I'm just turning it all the way up. So there's space inside this moon in Sagittarius to take in the energy and purify A sharp, B flat, so your nervous system, your consciousness, your molecules, your spine, everything is in there. Spine, sacral, ancestral E flat, livers, kidneys and spleen, solar plexus, the lower heart where we love the world, the F sharp of where we love others, the G of Jupiter. The only thing that's not contained within that energy is the G sharp of Mercury, and that's the throat. So there's something about this being a silent inner moment without a need to express. It's that Ula energy to reach out and readdress and to transform. So, fantastic. I'm glad you're channeling better. So I now want to look weirdly at what the mirror energies are, because I know what it is here. It's the Ophilogu. But what is it in this deck? I'm just curious. 6-3, spotting the number. It's going to be an aspect. Oh, a house. A house. It's going to be an alchemical house number. Let's just see if we can find it and see if it's got a message for us. 75, 73. Might be an element. I can't remember. 6-6 might be an element. No, elements are there. see what comes out. 63, where are you? What's that one? 71, 68. It's an alchemical. Oh no, it is an aspect by the looks of it, because sextile is 64. Oh yes. Now then, people. This is a divine opportunity. So the mirror of Moon in Sagittarius is a square. So this contains 6 and 3 and 90 degrees. It's the Tesla code hidden within actionable contention. So I would suggest looking at what you may have in Sagittarius in your chart and seeing if some aspect of Sagittarius squares with anything, because that's where some kind of ancestral solution will lie. And that will help you to reach to your surf that higher cosmic wave without being knocked off it. So what else would I say in here? I would say look at Jupiter as well and see where Jupiter is and whether Jupiter squares anything in your chart. You're looking for squares. You're looking for energies that are actionable problems, things that have been difficult. And you could also look within current transits and see if any of those are creating squares. Do you have a current square transit that might be worked on? Oh yeah, the numbers have changed. They're going to change again. They're being realigned, and there will be a new file when we've settled them a bit, but I suspect there's all kinds of transformations that will be coming along. So releasing ancestral echoes that are actionable contentions. So this is superior versus inferior. So you are going to be the inferior tree that becomes a superior tree when you release the ancestral leaf shade. They're almost cradling over you. They're creating too much noise. Reach a balanced energy and then push past it. This is what you're dealing with. So there's also usable friction. Work out what bugs you and how to use that energy to transform. I would say there's a warning not to be hot-headed and not to be bothersome and to go out causing fracas. Yes, so Sagittarius is obviously a fire sign, but it's mutable. It's a transformable energy. So I'm loving this. 366336. Yes, they are absolutely so gorgeous together. I have put the decks together and I have shuffled them, but at the moment I might do some readings with them double decked, but at the moment we're still trying to get Liffruma's tune fully sung. I would say there's something a bit pointy right angle about... Oh, press that the wrong way then, trying to turn it off. There's something sharp about this full moon, like it's squaring off with us, challenging us, that Stenkness test. What if you don't have squares? I would say look at other uncomfortable energies, quincunxes. You're looking for energies that that might feel contentious, so energies that are not easy. Oppositions could also be looked at, because oppositions have a feeling of discomfort. Let me find the other opposition. There we go. Interesting, it's card 60 and it's 180 degrees. This is quantum entangled tensions. You must have some aspect. It doesn't have to be in Sagittarius, just look for aspects. And I was going to look for quincunx, meet the quincunx. They're a modern Stone Age family. From the universal. Come on, quincunx. Where are you? Quincunx. Find the quincunx. So this is 150 degrees at odds with things. Sometimes aspects are not shown on your chart. It could be an asteroidal aspect. It doesn't have to just be the planets. You could go to AstroSeek, and that will give you most of the planets, most of the asteroids that are in this deck. Doesn't always contain Quar. It does contain Sedna, but I didn't include Sedna because she moves too slowly. So yeah, I would say look for things that are, oh, I don't know why Hermea's snuck in there. Square, quincunx, or in opposition. 636160. So quincunxes are not speaking honestly, existing but opposing, rationalizing differences, awkward challenges. I would say don't rationalize the differences, sort them out. An opposition is endings, distant feelings, differing opinions, not accepting compromises, busting through, seeking resolutions, and taking stock. I feel that's all available. Full moon in Sagittarius. I might use this deck for a reading around that time. It's a pleasure, goddess of light. Here's a goddess of light. Hell. From the darkness she returns the light. Quincunx. Careful how you say it. Quincunx. Hell. I love a bit of hell. So beautiful, people. I have to go and eat because it's way past my food time. I like to have eaten by 6 p.m. and it's now 6:26. All those 626s again. 6, the divine spark. They're here, still on the top. It's 626. Spark up some new thoughts. Get a new psychology. Tumble out the tree with Loki. Go explore. Hang on, that one goes. There. It's a pleasure. Oh yeah, it is the 18 card, the moon. Your square is Venus, Venus, Jupiter, and the Moon. Is one of them, are two of them in conjunction, Steph? Yeah, I would look out for sixes. I would keep an eye on them. Cheeky little numbers. Quite often, sixes manifest around animals for me. Particularly crows. They're the keepers of the animal realm. It's like a different holding station. So, just before I go, I'm going to rifle through my deck and give them a full shuffle. And just give a last little card. Split them again. Oh, missed. And put that there, and then split them again. And then I'll shuffle them. Shuffle them. So, Liffruma, what's the last word you want to say? What's the last little message today? Well, that was a dribble. It's a bloody 6! Come, baby, light my fire. You got to light your own fire. You got to spark up your inner soul. Shine in the day. Be a day star. Candle and condle, hod and boulder. The macro, the micro. Superior versus inferior. There's the message. Yeah, focus. I love a bit of focus. We were doing focus earlier, David. We had owl eyes from the Ula card when we did a rune reading, and it ended with just 2 cards here to show what the focus was. So you're tuned in to us again, my good man. Candlelit supper. Do you know I could, except it's not my house and I don't really want to light all the candles. Beyonce did a day gig. Bam, ba, 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 ba. If you go and look up the Chilites, You Are My Woman, you'll hear that in its original setting. It's great fun. It's a beautiful song. But it is exactly but not that bit. It's the main bam, ba, 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 and all the funky rhythm underneath. Disappear into the wardrobe. I don't know what's in it. I've never opened it. It's not my wardrobe. When I'm staying in someone's house and they're not here, I don't go looking in things. I just have my own space. Yes, Venus is the morning and the evening star. She is currently the evening star. And then when she goes into a conjunction with the sun, she often changes which half of the day she appears in as she makes her pretty 5-petaled pattern rotation. But it depends, I can't remember which way around it is. If she passes in front of the sun, she becomes an evening star. And if she passes behind the sun, she becomes the evening star, the morning star. Blah, blah, blah. Wassail read to golden. Yes, it is first quarter moon. It's waxing. I was born in a waxing gibbous in Aquarius. So, beautiful people, it's time for you to go shuffle your Liffruma decks in the comfort of your own homes, because I don't have one. So, I will just say, any donations are gratefully received. Then I can rent a home for a little bit. So, beautiful people, Wassail. Yeah, I like the moon now because it goes Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, into Sagittarius, and I always feel very, very elevated when the moon's in all my signs. So keep shuffling, people. I don't even know how to turn it off all of a sudden. Wassail. And don't forget, you can buy Liffruma at liffruma.com. Most of you have got a copy because you've been shuffling them. So bye, everyone.